Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust. You are meant to be. Please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These help support my channel, which is new, as well as my mission of helping to create a more peaceful planet. Alrighty, collective. We're going to jump right in here. We're going to do a reading for Divine Feminine. Spirit, thank you for using me as a channel to bring through these messages for the feminine energy in the collective. This can apply to you too, masculines. We all have feminine energy within us. Okay. Get one shuffle here, and then we'll cut, and then we'll start. All right, Spirit, talk to us about feminine. The Knight of Wands, okay? Feminine energy. Let's keep going. We've got the Knight of Wands. What's the crossing energy? The World. Huh. There's a completion coming, and this is challenging this fire sign energy who's taking some action, it looks like. Conscious space. We have a Queen of Pentacles. Earth sign could be feminine. And the Page of Cups. So all court cards here. This could be a family. Okay. We'll have to see how this might affect feminine's energy. In the past, we have a Ten of Pentacles. So there was a sense in the past of abundance, fulfillment, happiness, perhaps even a family situation. And we have the Emperor. The Emperor came out in reverse, which is weird because these cards are all in the upright, I think mostly, yeah. Okay, so we've got an Emperor in reverse here in the future. Emperor in reverse. So somebody who's possibly not using their power correctly, or it could also be that there's something that's getting in the way of feminine standing in their power. Okay, we have a King of Wands here. This is how feminine may be seeing themselves at this time. Okay, King of Wands. The Chariot. This is what others are seeing in the environment, something that's getting ready to start moving. There's a sense of momentum here that is in the environment. Things may be, yeah. Now we have an Eight of Wands, so this is fast movement, fast forward movement. It could be messages coming in quickly. It could be things happening quickly. You know, things could be changing. We'll just have to see. And a Nine of Pentacles, and now we're going to have to draw until we get A. We have a Knight of Cups. We have a Seven of Swords, sneaking and cheating, and then we have the Devil. Okay. This is a feminine sign and Hierophant on the bottom. Okay. Whoever this feminine is in the collective, this could be feminine energy. Let's just call it feminine. Feminine may be experience something where there's a cycle that's closing out, and this is posing a challenge to our feminine at this time. In the past, our feminine may have experienced this energy, this Ten of Pentacles. Okay, can't have anymore. This is, you know, generational wealth. This could also be an inheritance. Okay. Something's been built up to the maximum degree here. But then in the future, we have an Emperor in reverse. There's something about some kind of disempowerment, some sense of a loss of power or control, perhaps a change in status. Okay. Our feminine may be feeling like, gosh, you know, I've been able to do all of these things in the past. That's who I am. I'm a mover and a shaker. Okay. I do stuff. I get stuff done. I've got ideas. I can create what I want to create. Okay. Others in the community might be, this is similar to the last reading, actually. I'm getting a little bit of a karmic feel here because it ends with the devil. But the chariot could relate to the world, okay? This would come before the world, this chariot, you know, getting ready for battle, but eventually something is going to close out. This is like momentum, moving in a direction here. That's what maybe is being seen in the environment or experienced. Hopes and fears. There's a hope that, you know, maybe some news will come in quickly here for feminine. Okay, that might preserve this Nine of Pentacles. She's very abundant. She's single here. This could be somebody who's gone through a change from a 10 to a 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so maybe they went through a divorce. We have so many court cards. There are a lot of people involved in this situation, whatever it is. Okay, this is somebody with an offer of love. Okay, somebody might be trying to do something, okay, to change this situation. Okay, the Emperor in reverse is that person who's perhaps lost status because of that. They may be trying to do something to get themselves upright again. Okay, preserve this Nine of Pentacles. But what we see is the Knight of Cups is moving towards a sneakiness here. So there's something disingenuous, perhaps, and then we have the Devil right after it. That's our last card. Okay, so there's something here that is a little off, okay? It's a little bit devilish. It's a little bit misaligned, okay, with the divine. There might be something a little sketchy going on here, okay? Tell us about this Knight of Wands here. Who's this? Tell us about feminine. We have a Five of Swords. This is somebody who's been dealing with some adversity. We have a Nine of Swords. They're all up in their head. And we have a Seven of Wands. They're trying to defend their position here. Feminine's going through it, whoever this is. Collective. This could be somebody else in your energy. This is another, I'm feeling like a karmic reading. We just did one, but this is going to be another one. That's what's up in the energy today, guys. The world. Tell us, Spirit. Clarify the world here. A Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have an Ace of Swords. And an Empress. Okay. This Empress is going to be able to close out this cycle. Okay. There's going to be a new start for this Empress. And I get the sense that what Empress is going through with this, you know, celebrating, being seen, and, you know, having the sense of achievement here and closing out a cycle and having this new start is going to actually create blockages for this karmic energy here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Very similar to the last reading. Tell us about the Queen of Pentacles. The difference is there are so many court cards here. Okay, now we have a Ten of Swords. Yeah, remember this central cross here is about feminine that we're reading for, okay? We have a Queen of Pentacles now in reverse, so we have her in the upright and in the reverse. Something about this Ten of Swords has turned her world upside down. And now we have a Queen of Cups. Yeah. There are a bunch of people that are being affected by what's happening right now as that world cycle closes out. Okay. There could be a sense that the Queen of Cups is trying to ameliorate the situation here, handing this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse a cup of love, nurturing, being understanding, supportive, compassionate. But the Queen of Pentacles, the one who has mastered the material, is flipped upside down here. Okay. Page of Cups. Who's this down here? Okay, this is an aspect of our feminine, perhaps, or it could be another individual that feminine's not seeing. Let's see what Spirit says. Gosh, Three of Swords, a Magician, and a Knight of Cups. Goodness gracious, you guys. A Knight of Cups and a Page of Cups. This is so similar to the last read. So our feminine's not seeing, this is another individual. This Page of Cups, this younger person who's leveling up to the Knight of Cups, okay, and he or they are going to be manifesting. Okay, they're going to be manifesting something, and it's going to lead to a painful ending here with the Three of Swords for our feminine. This page of there's a battle going on here. I'm not sure. It feels like it's energetic, but it's also in the material. It's also in the material. It's playing out here in community, in communities. Clarify here this Ten of Pentacles. All right, we've got in the past clarified by a Three of Pentacles, a Two of Wands, and a Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. It's clarifying itself again. Yeah, something was built up. Somebody made a bunch of choices in the past and they were successful. They really built something up here. Okay, this feminine energy. Okay, there was a sense of collaboration and teamwork. They knew what they wanted to do and they did it. Okay, they were successful. It was something that brought our feminine here that we're reading for a lot of happiness. Why the Emperor in reverse, Spirit? The Five of Cups, something's being lost. Knight of Swords, somebody's coming in with a message quickly, and the Star. I see this one of two different ways. You could read it either way, okay? Our feminine is experiencing some loss, okay? Why? Because somebody is rushing in with the truth, and right behind her is the Star, this energy that is all about healing. Perhaps there was something that was out of balance. Perhaps there was a misuse of power. Somebody was perhaps causing a Five of Cups in the environment for others, okay? Causing others to lose. And this Knight of Swords comes in. with this healing energy. This could be our star saying, hold on, wait a minute, you are misusing your power, and let's heal this, let's do something, I'm calling it out, we got to do something, we got to figure this out, okay? That's maybe what this Three of Swords is about here too, in the unconscious. There could be a sense of regret, okay, that maybe hasn't been acknowledged, hasn't been dealt with yet. Okay, now, our Knight of Wands is seeing themselves as a King of Wands. Okay, they're seeing themselves, yeah, as sitting on that throne, having been quite successful with what it is that they do. Yeah, there is a sense of celebration. We have a Hanged Man in reverse, and the Tower is in reverse. Huh, okay. Yeah, again, there's a sense here that this King of Wands might feel like, you know, there's so many people involved here. There's a whole community involved with this Three of Cups who are used to things being a certain way. Okay. And this King of Wands is saying, you know, I'm not willing to look at this in another way. Okay. You know, there's something blocking their ability to perhaps be empathetic, perhaps imagine what it's like in somebody else's shoes. Okay, they might be being a little bit self-righteous or something at this time. Like, I don't want to wait. Okay, I don't want to let this play out. I'm going to try to force my hand or force your hand or something like this. And then a Tower in the reverse. Now, towers are about transformation and change. When it's in the reverse, there's something blocking this transformation and change from happening. Okay, and it's this King of Wands. And they recognize this about themselves. They see themselves as being able to take actions that will maintain a certain position. Okay, this abundant position that they became accustomed to in the past. They don't want to see themselves as an emperor in reverse. Okay? They might think it's the other way around. You're causing me loss, and I'm going to do this, and, you know, and yet we have a Knight of Swords rushing in to heal things. Okay, so now maybe this person here is going to save the day. Okay, maybe whatever has happened here in the recent past, it has them feeling this way. Now they're ready to heal something. But there's a stubborn energy here with the Hanged Man and the Tower in reverse, both of them in reverse. There's a stubborn energy. Tell us about the Chariot. What's in the environment here? Other people think that something's gaining momentum. Okay, there's a sense that something's gaining momentum. For feminine, there's a feeling of being trapped and imprisoned here. This is in the environment. We have the Sun. Boy, this is so similar to the last read. And an Ace of Wands. Others are seeing something, okay? Something is being illuminated here in the environment. And it is to do with this new idea, or this new start, this passionate beginning that's going to potentially do battle, okay? These people in the environment might be feeling sort of, you know, ensnared in something. They might be feeling trapped. They might be feeling imprisoned. But here's the Sun card. And perhaps they have an idea. Perhaps they are going to do something to get this moving. Maybe they're feeling stuck. I mean, this Eight of Swords really confirms what we were just saying about this stubborn energy with the Hanged Man and the Tower. This, you know, blocking this transformation from occurring. What's this Eight of Wands? What's this message coming in? So hope and a fear. We have a Hierophant. We have an Eight of Cups. And a Queen of Wands. There's a fire sign, feminine or masculine. The Hierophant might be the one bringing a message, perhaps to a Queen of Wands, to walk away. Okay? Let it be. It's time for you to go. There's better ahead for you. Okay? This could be a hope and a fear for feminine. Okay? Because sometimes it's really helpful to have a leader. Okay? Somebody that you trust, that you can go to, that's going to help you, that's going to assist you with the steps you need to take to get to a better place. The fear could be loss of control with the Emperor in reverse, with the Five of Cups. Loss of control. Something's changing and transforming, and this person I'm reading for is fighting it. They don't want it to happen. But the Hierophant is telling somebody, now whether it's the feminine here or somebody else in this world energy, okay, the Empress, as a matter of fact, the Hierophant might actually be coming in to tell the Empress it would be best for you to move along. Okay, now, Nine of Pentacles. We've got an Eight of Pentacles, another World card, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Something is becoming, or has become, destabilized. Okay, the 9 goes to the 8. Okay, something starts to reduce here. And that might tell somebody here in this reading, either our feminine or the Empress, okay, I'm not as successful as I once was here. Let's close this out. It's going to be a little bit destabilizing, but maybe I need to listen to the Emperor and move along. I mean, to the Hierophant and move along. I want to check the time really quick. Yeah, we're okay. Let's do Clarifier Knight of Cups. Give us 3 cards here, Spirit. Now we have an Emperor in the upright, a 5 of Wands, and a King of Swords. So, Knight of Cups is bringing a love offer. The Emperor is looking at him. There's a sense of competition. And the King of Swords is prepared to do what he needs to do. This Emperor may be getting into some kind of King of Swords energy. Okay, he may be about to end this competition. Okay. Bring in an offer to maybe one or something. I don't know. But end the competition. End the rivalry. You know, there might be some unrest happening here over abundance. People, you know, people's positions shifting, status changing. Tell us about this. Whoop, that's way too many. 7 of Swords energy here, Spirit. Tell us. We've got a 10 of Wands. Whoever's been sneaking in stuff around, it's a heavy burden. We've got a 9 of Wands and a High Priestess. Yeah. And here the High Priestess is looking at all of this. This could be our Empress. Just saying, this could be our Empress. And this High Priestess might be, you know, she's very intuitive and very tapped in a way. She's kind of like the Magician, except on the feminine side of things. She might be seeing this happening, and she might be communicating this, okay, perhaps to the Empress, perhaps to others in the community. Okay. Now, what I haven't seen is justice. It's not out here on the table. There aren't even any 2s. Okay, there's not even a sense that this is balancing out here. Alrighty, I mean, really, truly. Let's see if something comes up with the Devil. Spirit, clarify the Devil here. We've got the Fool. We've got a King of Wands. So many court cards and Death. Wow. Whoever's been in this Devil energy is a fool. Okay? There's an ending here. It's going to end. So this could be this Knight of Wands who is the quote-unquote feminine that we're reading for here. I think this is more just a neutral gender, but it could be a feminine too. This might resonate as a feminine energy for you, some of you in the collective. Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting here. You know, whoever's in this Devil energy, it could be our person that we're reading for. Okay, took some action here. Okay. They took the action over here, somewhere back here, that led to all that abundance in the past, right? Here it is. This is what happened in the past. Building, building. There's a 2 of Wands. A choice. They're planning. And they've got this 10 of Pentacles now. But, turns out, this person was in some Devil energy. And this was kind of a foolish action. Because there's an ending. Now remember, with every ending comes a new beginning. Okay? Because this is life. And we have cycles of life. Okay, I bet almost every single person that is listening to this can relate to, at one time or another, being a fool. Okay, doing something perhaps irresponsible or foolhardy, something that didn't pan out the way you thought it would. And you have to sometimes eat crow a little bit. Sometimes you have to see it for what it is. Sometimes you got to pay your karma. Sometimes that Emperor flips, and you get knocked down a peg or 2. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes fortunes change. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles flips to the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, it hurts, but we can love ourselves all the way through it. Okay, we can find connection and love, self-compassion, and all that stuff. Okay, that's a choice you can make. So this is the second karmic reading and the last reading for today. Okay, real quick, I'm going to get a couple of these cards right here. Surrender. I can release my need to control. We'll put that over the Emperor in reverse. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Put that by our 7 of Swords. And friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And we'll put that up here with our Queen of Cups. Okay, collective, that's our reading. Hope it was helpful. Bye for now.